Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Snack. We do have live show match action coming at you right now. It is going to be on MLG's Metalopolis. Birdkickr and Everize. I'm actually fairly excited for this matchup. I haven't seen these guys play in a little while. Birdkickr, quite a character sometimes, this guy. I'll tell you what. And Everize has really got some nice Terran strategies that he pulls out on occasion for us. And it's going to be starting here on Metalopolis. We're going to make this a best of 3. And $2 to the winner. Not tons, but you know what? We do what we can do until we get more sponsorship. Woohoo! So, good stuff so far from these gentlemen, though. Looks like we're going to have Everize spawning as our yellow Terran this game. Up here at the 12 o'clock position, and over at the 2 o'clock it is going to be Birdkickr spawning as our orange Zerg, and Kid is going to have to bail. I'll get him to bail. Sorry, Kid. There we go. He left for me. He knows exactly what to do. Thanks so much, Kid. We love you, brother. He will be kicking it on the stream, I assume. So back to our game. It is going to be close positions by air, and Birdkickr going to take advantage of that here right away. He does have his Overlord headed over to Everize base. We'll be poking in here, sees exactly what's going on. Always a nice feeling as a Zerg player to get those early scouts in with the Overlords. In the meantime, it is going to be Everize kicking it for here at the ramp. Going to be tossing down a supply depot. Going to start that wall off here pretty good. Back here at Birdkickr's base, we'll see if he's going to go for a 14 pool or a 15 hatch is generally what we're expecting out of our Zerg players these days. And so far, 14 supply. If he grabs... Nope, he's got way too much minerals. So he's going to be going for a 15 hatch, a fast expand out of Birdkickr incoming. Should be headed down there here momentarily. Yep, here it comes. You can see the guy right there. 15 hatch. Nice, good, fast expand here from Birdkickr. Back at Everize base, we do have his barracks going down in very standard time. He is going to be grabbing his refiner here right away as well. Got that down before the 2-minute mark. So we could see some potential tech out of him. It will all, basically it depends on whether or not we get this second gas before the 3.5-minute mark as to whether or not it's going to be fast tech off one base or not. So good stuff though from Everize. He does have that barracks complete and is going to go straight for that orbital command. Usually a nice play. Everize now cruising over with his scout. Wants to see what's going on. Sees the hatch. Sees the timing there. I think he probably assumes that it was a fast expand. He's going to cruise up here and find that there is a spawning pool as well, and no gas right now from Birdkickr. So Birdkickr going to go gasless here for just a little while. See how that is going to go. Cruising down here to the low ground, looks like he's got the potential for a bunker. Ooh, he is indeed going to try for a little bunker here. Now, even with this being scouted, it can be difficult to deal with. Birdkickr is going to be pulling a lot of drones here. Looks like some of them are going to the mineral line. Yep, some of them are going to the mineral line, and here comes your first Marine. Looks like he's going to get chased off by 2 of those harvesters there. Birdkickr trying to stave this guy off. The last thing he wants is for the Marine to make it into the bunker. When the bunker does complete, now this is bad news potentially here, but notice that he's trying to keep these Marines away from the bunker. Very, very nice maneuver there. Keeping those guys out of the bunker is always a smart play. And now he does have Lings out on the field. No other Marines headed this way right now from Everize. So it looks like Birdkickr is going to be able to hold this off. The SCV here might go down. Looks like it will. Too bad. Down he goes. He did, however, salvage the bunker. That's always a nice feeling. Birdkickr, in the meantime, is going to be tossing down a spine crawler. Spine crawler on the way. We do have factory here. It is going to be on a reactor now. And Everize will be pumping out 2 Hellions at a time for just a little while, as well as working on his second command center. So an expand in the works, staying on that just that one gas. A nice little Hellion opener here from Everize. So we'll see if he's going to be able to get any damage done with it. If not, at least he will be able to maintain substantial map control, I think, at this point. So that's always useful against the Zerg opponents. Now we do have double spine crawlers going down, so oh man, it's going to be difficult for these Hellions to do any serious amount of damage with this kind of defense here at this position. But here comes your first two Hellions. They're going to try and cruise in. They do see that Queen kicking it on the ramp. Knows it's going to be difficult to make it up the ramp. So backing out, going to check in the back door. Does see that spine crawler here at this position. And I think it might be hold off time here for Everize until he at least gets a couple more Hellions out on the field. Has stalled Hellion production for now, stopping at 4. It's a nice little number there, but probably not going to be able to poke in and do tons of damage with these guys. Gotta be careful. Good micro though. Should be able to keep those guys safe for just a little while and keep kind of a contained type deal going on Bird Kicker. Bird Kicker in the meantime is going to try and secure this third, I believe. Just have some Overlords kicking it over here in this position. There's your drone. He is not going to be able to toss down that expansion quite yet. So good denial there from Everize. That may force Bird Kicker to grab his tech here right away. We'll see what he's going to be teching to. But notice he's going to grab his lair tech right now. Kind of interesting there. Got to love it. And Everize is going to go ahead and toss down his orbital command out here at this expansion. Now, one of the reasons I really like this matchup, Everize tends to play very standard, but once you get into mid game is when he really starts to shine as a player who can mix things up quite a bit, really make some interesting things happen. He can really perform some nice like 2-pronged, 3-pronged attacks, which are super frustrating to deal with. I know because I tried to deal with some last night and it did not work very well. But Everize is really fun mid game, and so generally speaking, we're going to see this guy cruise towards the mid game. He's got this second base down in great time. He's going to start blocking off the backside of this mineral line, and his 2-base play will set him up for that mid game there fairly well. So good stuff there from him. Now Bird Kicker, we love him because he can do, oh man, just about anything he wants. He's such a wild card in many regards. He does have 68 supply currently to Everize 55, so really beefing that up pretty good. He's just on this 1 gas in the main, 2 gas down at the natural. And looks like where are these guys headed? Trying to figure out what he's doing with these Overlords, but he's got these guys like going to camp around this. Let's follow the trail here, I guess. Oh my goodness, has he really got these guys queued all the way over here? Apparently he does. Looks like a couple Lings cruising in here are going to get roasted away. Everize with nice little control there from these Hellions. Taking out a few units there, always helpful. Let's just check in on that units tab. 54 drones for Bird Kicker, 39 SCVs for Everize. Obviously he does have those mules to make up a little bit of that difference there. And currently it is, I'm sure. Let's see, check that income tab. You can see that Everize is indeed ahead on the mineral income for now, which is a nice position to be in. A lot of Hellions, though, still doing a decent amount of damage. These 4 Hellions, there was 5 there for just a little while, so we did pick up a 5th. Looks like they are going to finally go down here, but not before he picks up just a couple more kills. Yep. Gonna die. Should try and get a couple more shots off there. There we go. Too bad. Pretty cost effective. He really denied this third for Bird Kicker for quite a long time. And that was probably pretty frustrating for Bird Kicker. Bird Kicker is going to go ahead and toss down a macro hatch right here at his natural. I like this positioning actually, even though it is on the low ground. It blocks this off. It will keep his tech here a little bit safer from a ground force. So it will force things like this, which Everize is already doing here. He's going to toss down double medevac drops here. Queen's going to get sniped there fairly quickly. All these drones going to have to be pulled here immediately, and now they're going to be focusing down the spire. Do we have any mutas out on the field already? Doesn't look like it. Bunch of Lings, though, going to be out there in just a moment. Vinny says free spire. Nom. That is funny. But the Lings having a little bit of trouble cleaning these guys up. There's plenty of heal from these medevacs. And Bird Kicker having to give the GG there. Lost his third. Was stuck on just the 1-base play. Everize really controlling that game well come mid-game there. Thanks so much for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. Game number 2 will be headed your way here momentarily. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knack. We do have live tournament action. I'm sorry, show match action coming at you right now. It is going to be Game 2 on Antigua here. Yep, best of 3. Best of 3. These guys got it figured. It is going to be Birdkickr and Everize here in Game 2. Battling it out in cross positions on GSL's Antigua. It does force cross position spawn, so I know I pound that point a lot, so for all of you guys who are watching a lot of the videos and a lot of the live stream, you probably hear that an awful lot. I'll tell you what, man, it is super important for people out there who are trying to get into the tournament scene, trying to get into competitive StarCraft 2 gaming to understand some of the ins and outs of these maps, so we always try and pound those facts into you guys' head. It really can be helpful to know where to scout in games like this. So Everize is going to be our yellow Terran up here at the 2 o'clock position. Down here at the 8 o'clock, it is Birdkickr, hailing from Convergence Gaming, by the way. That's what that CVG stands for, Convergence Gaming. Check them out. They do have convergence.com, or was it convergencegaming.com? I can't remember. Maybe we'll ask Birdkickr to post the link for everybody out in the live stream, but it is going to be a scout headed in the incorrect direction here for Birdkickr, so it appears that he is not aware of the cross position spawn, which makes me a little bit sad, but that's alright. Everize showing some phenomenal strength there in game number 1, taking that game down in pretty nice little style. That drop to the back of the main, devastating play from Everize. So looks like a fast expand. Well, actually, it's not a fast expand from Birdkickr. No, it is. Wow. Okay, fast expand again from Birdkickr, which is a little bit strange. But on this map, it tends to be okay. This is a fairly easy to defend position. You can see how far back the ramp is compared to where the hatchery is. It's almost dead even with where the hatchery is from this ramp position. So it makes it very easy to defend this ramp. It's kind of recessed back here in this little cove. Makes it fairly easy to get down the right amount of static defense or offensive units for defense there. So good stuff, but we do have a spawning pool going down for Birdkickr. Appears to be a pretty standard opener. Notice that Everize is going to go for some 2 racks pressure. He's flying his second barracks down here to the low ground, and this barracks currently pumping out Marines. These guys headed out across the map, and is there a Overlord here? Yes, there is. So it's going to make it a little bit more difficult for Everize to bunker rush this position because of this Overlord placement. Always love that Overlord placement. Here come your drones. Looks like that hatchery is about to be complete. And your SCV cruising up here into the main. Wonder what he's doing up here. You know what? He could toss down. Ooh, that would be crazy. He could probably put a bunker right here and it'd be in range of that spawning pool, I think, with that +1 range. But we do have a couple of Marines cruising over here to this position. You can see even some SCVs being pulled. Actually, quite a few. And this Marine, what is he doing there? Get over there, man. Get in the fight. Don't let the SCVs do your work for you. Looks like this guy having a little bit of trouble, but here comes your SCV trying to toss down a bunker. Is it going to happen? Indeed it is. Bunker on the way. Good bunch of SCVs here for Everize. Everize really trying to take this game down very early. He's really committing quite a few forces to this bunker rush. It's going to come down to whether Birdkickr has the correct defenses here or not. He is going to be focusing down this SCV, a very, very smart little maneuver there. Now focusing down as many SCVs as he can. There's only 1 SCV left to try and finish off this bunker. 3 Marines, however, here is a pretty scary little force. And here comes 2 more Marines, 5 Marines total. And if this bunker does finish, we could call this a troublesome situation for Birdkickr. It does indeed complete, and now 3 Marines inside are going to be extremely difficult to deal with. They are in range of that hatchery, going to be beating that sucker down with their little machine guns. Too bad. Nice little play here from Everize, putting a lot of pressure on Birdkickr right now. Let's just check in on that units tab. Notice that Birdkickr still droning up, so he's not giving up quite yet. He's not spreading creep, however. I would like to see him spread creep, because then he could toss down a spine crawler up on this high ground here. Would be a pretty effective location for it. But looks like his spine crawler is going to go down here. We'll see if Everize is going to be able to pick up the kill or not. Couple lings here, and this queen trying to stave these guys off and buy this spine crawler time to pop out on the field. Looks like it is finally going to complete here. Not quite in range, but he is going to be moving it forward here right away, and Birdkickr given the GG. Wow, 2 games in a row. Everize nailing him to the ground there. Pretty brutal stuff. That bunker rush, really fairly effective, man. I just can't believe how much he committed to it. Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you guys for watching. We'll be going to another show match here momentarily. We'll catch you guys then.